Another team that people should be probably talking about with the addition of CP3, it would be the Phoenix Suns. Jake, is CP3, is he a good fit for Devin Booker? What do you see out of this fast-moving team? I mean, they've always seemed to be a very quick offense, high scoring, with CP3 now. I think he's probably, 36, 37?
Oh, he's 36. It's CP3-6 is what I feel like.
There we go.
But
okay, CP3-6.
So check it out. So he can fit anywhere. If you ask me, he could fit anywhere. Now Harden didn't like him, but Harden doesn't know. Harden is not a good judge of teammate, right? So I believe it's a no-brainer. He fits in well, and he's actually going to expose Booker, or reveal, I should say, that Booker is one of the great players of our time. Here's another point, Cody, is that they went 8-0 in the bubble for the playoffs. They went 8-0, dude. They have not lost in a while. And that was before the CP3 era. What do you think, bud?
I thought they did a really good. They put it together really well in the bubble. I don't know. It's an anomaly to me. I think the addition of Chris Paul is awesome. He's going to provide. He's going to show Booker how to win. Be a professional out there. 36 years old. The contract that he has, it's hard to. At some juncture, that dude is going to have to, what he's going to be able to contribute on the basketball court is going to, he's going to go into regression mode. So I worry about that with the team. And then they did give up some talent to get him.
Yeah.
That team that went 8-0 had Ricky Rubio, third in the league in assists.
That's right.
Kelly Oubre, 18-point scorer. They got rid of him. Speaking outside of the notable guys on that team, be it Booker and Ayton, it's some of the other guys that they got that they're going to have to fill those voids. Yeah. And that's really, if that happens, they're right in there in the thick of things. I really think the Chris Paul move is kind of it's forward thinking. It's something 2 years down the road when he's contract's done, he's likely retired. Did he leave a lasting mark on Devin Booker on what it means to play winning style basketball? Now, does it happen this year? It's pretty competitive in the West, and they did lose some guys. I do like how they drafted as well. Getting what is his name? The kid from Maryland?
Oh, Jalen Smith.
Guys. Jalen Smith. So they got Jalen Smith this year, and then they got Cam Johnson last year, and I think they're drafting with a purpose. So, they're drafting to the philosophy of creating space, outside shooters, and Jalen Smith, that you can also protect the rim too. So it gives you some DeAndre Ayton backup minutes too to protect the rim. If those guys can step in and be contributors right away, which I'm kind of siding. Usually those guys are going to need about 2 or 3 years to find their rhythm in the NBA. So I'm not too certain of it.
So Cody, here's a question for you. You're the Phoenix Suns. Is it a successful season if you just miss the playoffs? Can you still make it a successful season, or is their success, their overall success, determined on if they make if they squeeze into the playoffs this next year?
I think you don't make a move to get Chris Paul without that being
there. You go.
So,
yep.
I think it's absolutely if you miss it, it's considered a disappointment.
Yeah, absolutely. Good call.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of avenues and storylines of how that happens, and like I mentioned before, he's 36. If he's out for 2 weeks, who's your backup point guard to fill that slot? Ooh. That's going to come down to losing games, and I'm not saying he's going to get hurt or hoping he's going to get hurt. It's just one of those 36-year-old dudes with the NBA grind, especially this year with a condensed schedule. I could foresee him missing 12 or so games, and those could be 12 losable games because he's not out there contributing. So,
yep. And people, I think you had mentioned earlier too, people seem to discount the fact that when you get a CP3 in there and you give up these mid-level talents, those as a collective group, they may have had success the previous year because they gelled well together for whatever reason here or there. But when you shake that up, the landscape. I think people tend to underestimate that, and they say, well, they have CP3 or they have this guy or that guy, and they expect so much from them just from that one player. But like you said, at his age there, if he's missing 12, 15 games, that's likely going to cost them the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I think you kind of hit it spot on with the chemistry as well as Kelly Oubre and Ricky Rubio. Like, how well were they received in that locker room? Were they like formative guys that kind of bonded that locker room? And I mean, Chris Paul is notable as being the kind of a hothead. And how's that going to translate this year to some dude that's possibly call a teammate out, throw him under the bus in the media? Like, does that completely blow up in their face?
Yes.
I'm not saying it's going to happen, because if you look at last year with Oklahoma City, like Chris Paul really flourished as being a mentor. It's something to consider. Like, chemistry in basketball or any sport for that matter is like, it's a very fickle equation, and if you mess with it too much, it could blow up in your face.
By the way, fun fact, the opposite of a hothead is actually Ricky Rubio. He is the opposite.
He's pretty much one of the most mellow guys. On Twitter, though, the other day, did you guys see on Twitter he was calling out Uber Eats?
No.
It was like the meanest thing I've ever seen from the guy, and it was like still pretty nice.
What was his beef with Uber Eats? I gotta know.
He just said like Uber Eats is like the worst. I didn't get my food and they didn't give me like a refund.
Sons of bitches.
He posted on Twitter.
You know what? If you make Ricky Rubio mad, then you're. You know what? I'm deleting the app right now.
Yeah. He was very polite when he told him to go fuck himself. Please go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Please and thank you.
Please go fuck yourself. He's funny to me too. Like, my girlfriend, when he was playing with the Jazz, was like, "Oh my god," because he kind of has that. Who's that dude from Game of Thrones? That Jon Snow kind of has that Jon Snow look.
Yeah,
right.
With the hair and all.
Then she and she fucking hears him in an interview, and he sounds like a squeaky toy. And it's just that level to look at her face, going like, maybe he's not so attractive.
Yeah.
And I love Ricky, and I feel bad shitting on him, but it was I'll never forget that look in her face, like,
talking about so do the Suns make it this year then? Yes or no? I'll ask each and
I say yes. I say they're in. What about you?
I say no.
Okay. All right.